Rosamund Pike just delivered one of those rare fashion moments that made the entire world stop, look twice, and then keep talking. And here at Gossip Gallery, we're breaking down why her bold yet elegant choices didn't just turn heads, they made headlines. Because when Rosamund stepped onto the red carpet in gowns that revealed more than fans ever expected, it wasn't about shock value. It was about power, intention, and the kind of grace that doesn't ask for attention but commands it anyway. She's never been the type of celebrity to chase clout or rely on over-the-top stunts. Her style is far too refined for that. What makes her so magnetic is the contrast she carries effortlessly, a calm, almost serene presence paired with the kind of daring fashion risks that most actresses wouldn't dare touch. And yet, when she bears it all, whether it's through a sheer gown, a daring cutout, or a photo shoot that leaves little to the imagination, it never feels desperate or forced. Instead, it feels deliberate, empowering, and entirely her own. There's something in the way she moves, the way she poses, the way she looks right through the lens with a quiet defiance, as if to say, I know exactly what I'm doing. And fans can feel that. They can see the difference between someone trying to be noticed and someone who simply is unforgettable. Rosamund Pike radiates a rare form of confidence, one that isn't loud or flashy, but rooted in self-awareness. It's the kind of presence that doesn't fade the moment the lights dim. It lingers. Her fashion statements don't beg for headlines. They become them. What made her latest red carpet appearances and the now viral photo sets so captivating wasn't just the skin on display, but the intention behind it. It was about art, not exposure. It was about a woman making bold, unapologetic choices in a world that constantly tells women to tone it down. And that's why fans couldn't stop talking. Because it wasn't just about beauty, it was about presence, about agency, about what happens when elegance refuses to stay in a box. Whether she's in a liquid silk gown with a neckline that dares gravity or wrapped in translucent fabrics that dance with light, Rosamund makes every look feel like an extension of who she is, poised, powerful, and wholly original. She doesn't chase trends, she redefines them. She doesn't follow the fashion cycle, she bends it toward her own aesthetic. And when she reveals herself, literally or metaphorically, it's always on her terms. That's what fans responded to. That's why the images weren't just admired, they were felt. Because Rosamund isn't trying to look like anyone else, and she isn't seeking approval. Her allure lies in her independence, in her subtle rebellion against the performative standards of celebrity glamour. She doesn't need to scream to be heard. Her silence is more commanding than most people's loudest moves. And in a world where fame often feels manufactured and forced, she reminds us that real power lies in restraint, in clarity, in knowing yourself so well that you never need to explain your choices. And that's exactly why Gossip Gallery had to highlight this moment, not because of what she wore, but because of how she wore it. With grace, with intention, with that rare blend of softness and strength that makes people rethink what glamour really means. Rosamund's recent fashion moments were not about nudity or provocation, they were about storytelling, about expressing confidence, femininity, and freedom through design. And let's be clear, very few stars can carry that balance. It takes more than just a beautiful dress or a perfect pose. It takes a presence, a lived-in elegance that feels earned, not styled. And Rosamund? She's mastered that. She doesn't just wear the clothes. She transforms them. She brings them to life in a way that feels less like fashion and more like a message. And fans across the globe picked up on that message loud and clear. They weren't just reacting to a gown. They were reacting to a woman who knows her worth and has no interest in diluting it. In every photo, every step, every glance, she reminded the world that glamour doesn't have to be safe to be sophisticated. In fact, the most iconic moments come when boldness meets refinement, and Rosamund Pike is living proof of that. So when people say she left little to the imagination, what they really mean is that she left an impression they'll never forget. Because true style isn't about how much you show, it's about how you show it. And Rosamund? She shows it with a quiet fire that can't be replicated. A fire that says, this isn't for you, it's for me. And in the world of celebrity fashion, that's the kind of energy that turns a look into a legacy.